There's also this really hot girl that... Dude, there were so many hot women that we met during this trip. This girl had like was so tatted up. She had like black hair, such cool makeup, right? Like she knew she was a baddie. I loved her style so much. And every time I looked over at Numi, she was kind of like biting her lip and just like pushing her hair back. I'm like, I know you're into her, but I just know that's her type. She was so pretty. This is our server. Like, that was helping us with at the okonomiyaki place. Like, wow. And there's this other one at the skewer's place when I was out with Yusan and Haka, Luna, Michi. Like, I think her name was Nene-chan or something, right? She had like all these cute moles on her face, and I was like, wow, man. There's so many just waiters and waitresses that are just so like hot. I'm like, damn. Why is it always the waiters or waitresses, right? I feel like I fall for the most. It's not even just here, like in Japan. It's also in America too. Like there's just so many of them, right? That do food service work, and they're just so good looking. I'm like, wow. It's happened so often lately. The past few months, I've just really been noticing that. They're front of the house for a reason. I guess so. Is that why? I guess it makes sense. They get hired to do that because, like, you know, they're like, what? They have the face for it to bring in, like, be a nice looking, server for customers, right? I guess it makes sense. For the extra tip money? Well, you don't tip in Japan. In America, yeah, that makes sense. Apparently, Numi and Yuzu were having their own, like, hangout play day, like, date day, right? Friend date day. And apparently, Numi got scammed out of fruit. They were in Harajuku or something like that, right? I think she's probably gonna tell this story whenever she does her stream, but like I'll tell from my what she told me because I don't have all the details. But all right, Numi got scammed, right? So they were having their whole it was her and Yuzu that were just having a day with each other in Harajuku, right? And apparently she went to like this fruit vendor, like dried fruit vendor, right? And they were like sampling fruits or some shit like that. And the guy just like said, do you like this? And then he kept bagging fruit for them, right? He put a bunch inside like a big bag and was like, because I think there was probably like some type of miscommunication from like a language barrier. And I think Numi just went along with it. And like Yuzu was apparently like getting scared about the amount of fruit that he was putting in the bag. I'm like, is this gonna be expensive? And she was like, oh no, it's only gonna be like about $5 or something. Because like, I guess I would understand that. Like dried fruit shouldn't be that expensive, right? She thought it was gonna be $5. Apparently, the guy like bagged up like some nuts, dried mangoes, dried pineapples, dried apricots, and they're like these big ass bags of fruit. Like you guys will probably see a picture of it later that she has, but I don't have any pictures right now. Just know it's like the size of your torso, right? Think about your own torso right now. The bag of fruit is the size of that. One bag is equal to that, right? And I think she got scammed out of like $300. I thought, and I'm like telling her, wait, when she's telling me the story, I'm like, wait, why didn't she just not buy it? But she just kind of, I guess like she's like me, right? If somebody gives it to you and like, oh, well, you get a little shy in the moment and like, okay, fuck it, why not, right? But she just like, she got scammed. I think she just got scammed like real hard. $300 of dried fruit, bro. I think they trapped her. I think they scam trapped her in Harajuku because honestly, that's a very touristy spot, right? You know that like main street for people that have been there before. It's like the main street area, right? People can get trapped into scams in that street. They probably took advantage of her and like, you know, made her feel pressured to get it, right? And charged her like $300 for all that stuff. It's like, ooh. And she just kind of went into it. Her YSL. It's her YSL, exactly. Oh my god. I don't know, the touristy scams have been like getting more intense apparently as well. So yeah, like I felt bad for her. But the reason I brought, there was a locker that we had to get because I think they put all their stuff in a locker. So I went with them to go get their stuff, like all their bags and you know, their purse and stuff like that. Whatever they're shopping, they shop for clothes and some other stuff, right? But I was helping them pull stuff out of the locker, right? And I just kept pulling out bags of fruit this whole time. Like, I pulled out one big bag of fruit. I'm like, oh, is this all the fruit that you guys got? And she's like, no, there's more. And I pulled out another bag of fruit, and then I pulled out a bag of like clothes. I'm like, okay, is this it? And then they was like, no, there's more. And I looked down, and I pulled out more clothes for them, and I pulled out another bag of fruit. And I'm like, okay, surely that's all the fruit you got, right? And then she's like, no, there's more. And I pulled out another bag of fruit. It looks so silly. Like, I think they recorded it too. There's another video. It's just me pulling out so much shit they managed to shove inside there, and you could see like how much they got scammed on the fruit. It is so funny. God, I wish I could show that video. I might. We'll see. You bet if I was with them, this wouldn't have happened. I don't think so. I think it would have happened regardless. I'm not gonna lie. I think that was like that was a karaoke night. After everything. Next day, I think I slept in because I was so tired because we went back by like 3 a.m. It was like 3 a.m. by the time we were finished with karaoke and stuff. I remember, oh yeah, Numi got hit on by like this random guy. It was so funny. We were just standing there waiting for our taxi. These two guys just like walk up to her and say, hello, right? It was very weird. And then Yusan swoops in and says, no, she's taken. And then Yusan, but she's not actually taken, but Yusan's, you know, being Yusan and like helping her out and like, you know, protecting her. Because it was like, she doesn't, you know, Numi doesn't want to fuck with these guys. You know who they are, right? So I was like, wow, that was so cool. Yusan's so sick with that one, right? But I'm starting to realize like, wow. Like, she pulls in Japan. There's like a lot of Japanese dudes that are like really into Numi. I could tell, like, whenever we go. Exotic beauty back at it again. It's the Wasian, bro. It's because she's Wasian, right? They know she's like the Filipino in her, right? She pulls. That's why. Exotic beauty. Oh my god. Chivalry isn't dead. W-san. Yeah. Yeah, but we got back at like 3 a.m. In the nights, so everybody was like really tired. I slept in till like 12. I went out to go on a solo adventure day, so it was good vibes. I just really liked walking around there because it was really nice and peaceful. Like, you could hear all the animals and stuff like that. Nice chill little break after a very hectic busy day. I got like did my little prayer for the year, right? I think everyone got such weird fortunes. I didn't get to do my fortune because they kicked us out before I got to pull my one. And I think Numi's fortune for the next year was something along the lines of like, you will go through a lot of despair and suffering, and you need to get out of your own head and try to realize the more important things in life. And we were all like horrified. Like, what does that mean? She got like a really weird fortune or some shit like that. It was like talking about how she's like spiraling or something, or doesn't know what to do with herself, and like she needs to be careful because otherwise like her year's gonna be full of despair and suffering. I'm like, oh, that's lovely. Yeah, so much awesome luck for my friends. And then Yuzu got something that's just like more generic. It was like medium good luck, I believe. Something about you have to work harder to make sure that you can get the things that you want, or something like that, right? It's very like lukewarm type of omen, I would say, for 2026. And then I didn't get one, and then me and Michi were looking at each other like, well, I guess we should be happy that we you know, didn't get ours, because we probably would have gotten bad ones too. Who knows, right? So we left and got out of there because they kicked us out for some kind of wedding ceremony. The ultimate despair. Yeah, she got hit with that ultimate despair. It literally said that though, despair and suffering was in Numi's thing. So I was like, oh wow, they don't know what she did to piss people, the gods off, right? I don't know what the gods of this shrine was. I forget. And then after that, yeah, I think we just went to walk around. It's so funny because they wanted to get Ichiran, but then I already had Ichiran earlier in the day, right? But we ended up going to this vegan food place that sold vegan food. I think it was called Einsolf or something. This time that I was on the train when we were leaving the airport, I remember, I forgot to tell this story, but on the way back home, we were on the train. I was just standing there, and Numi kept telling me that there was like a couple girls that kept looking over at me, right? It was weird, and we didn't know why. And then there was this other person. I thought she was taking pictures of me. I got scared. So there's this person in front of me, right? I was just on my phone. I pretended not to notice, but she lifted her phone towards me. I saw the flash go off, and I was like, huh? Isn't that like, you're not supposed to do that? Because isn't it like looked down upon to take pictures like that of other people on the train? So I texted in the group chat. I'm like, guys, someone's taking pictures of me. I'm getting scared. I'm like starting to panic, right? Because I didn't know what was going on. And they started getting worried for me too. I didn't know what to do because this train ride was like 40 minutes long, and we were headed towards the back home, right? Why do you never say anything? What do you mean? Why do I never say anything? I did say something. I said something in the group chat. I typed something and told my friends that, hey, I'm getting pictures taken of me. What's going on, right? And then after that, right, they told me, oh, wait, I think it's their notifications. Because apparently, like, your phone notifications, like, when they go off, the lights on your phone can go off too? Is that true? Is that a thing? Yeah, it is on iPhone, iOS setting. Yes, but usually boomers have that. Oh, really? Did you hear the flash click though? I had AirPods on. I had AirPods on and I was listening to music because I was on the train. So we don't know exactly. We think it's the notification thing though, right? It usually is though. Yeah? Shouldn't it be? Survival skills -1. What do you mean? I don't know about this stuff. This is the first time I've ever heard. It's for deaf people, but it's usually rhythmic. Okay, but then I didn't know like the lights can go off for like a notification thing. Like that's why I'm assuming it is, or that's what we are assuming it is, because that's what it looked like. But then every time, it's just weird because every time she lifted her phone, that's when the flash thing went off, right? So that's why I'm like, or maybe she was taking a picture of herself. But then why would the flash on the other side of her phone go off? So I'm like, Hopefully it's just a notification. Yeah, we don't know. But that made me panic. And I think I'm more inclined to believe it was just her notifications going off. Because it felt weird. Thinking someone was taking pictures of me like that right in front of me is kind of like, ooh, what? Why? Why would you do that? I think, I don't know. It's just something about Asia, I guess. East Asia. Okay. But yeah. Got back home the next day. Our flight, dude, it was so crazy because me and Numi's flight got delayed 4 times. Like, we were supposed to get back here yesterday around 9 a.m. I ended up getting back home around like 2 p.m., 3 p.m., which is criminal. It got delayed by like 5-6 hours-ish, right? Well, I think it was like around 5 hours, like in total, because it got delayed like so much beforehand, and it got delayed on the way back home too, because it took a while for them to like bring us to the gates and stuff like that. So that's why I felt kind of annoyed yesterday and tired, because I didn't really get that much time to I didn't get that much time to do everything that I wanted to do before I get to get ready for stream today, right? For the subathon day 1. But that's okay. It's okay. I'm pretty happy that we still managed to make it work, right?
Quick word from our sponsor, me, myself, and I. We have a new Gamer Subs flavor out now called Kissy Kissy Passion that tastes just like me. What? A delicious passion fruit mango. So yum yum. Try for yourself today. Thanks!